Hello everyone, I am Tyler Pyburn of the Pulse Network here with a conversation leading up to the 2012 NAB show, and we're talking about the great content shift, and we're doing that right now with Mark Taylor, VP of Media and IP Services for Level 3 Communications. And Mark, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Tyler.
Excellent. So let's kind of just jump right in. Let's first talk about velocity in particular, because it's an interesting time, and especially when we talk about go-to-market. It sounds like a marketing strategy, if you will, but it's really concerning media. So what are some of the content owners and providers really doing to reduce time to market, if you will?
They're really concentrating on workflow, simplifying the creation, not just the creation of media, but then the conversion of media across all of their distribution channels. They're trying to make it simple to be relatively agnostic about the distribution channel, whether it's traditional broadcast TV, the internet, any other channel that they might want to choose.
When I hear, workflow, taking control of that workflow is a very interesting head because so many companies are pushing out so much media. Can we, in fact, take control of that workflow with this in mind?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a big task, but if you think about the linear TV experience that's been around for years, that is an awful lot of content. It was done in a particular way that was only specific and dedicated to traditional television. So they're reimagining that, but being able to deal with the sheer volume of content and complex workflows, they're very familiar with them, but they're in the process of reimagining that, really starting from scratch and basing it mostly on digital workflow. So they're moving files about, large files, and being able to do it that way so that it's much simpler, more efficient, and as I said earlier, it is capable of delivering to multiple outlets and multiple distribution channels.
Now, one thing that's interesting about that is we talk about the traditional media companies, but what about some of the newer companies that are also working in media? Because they weren't used to all this content, and we actually hear so often now that every company has become a media company at this point. Are they able to do that?
They are. I mean, in a way they've had an advantage because they haven't had to morph from a more traditional workflow to a new one. They've kind of started from scratch. But I think there was also some difficulties there as well. They were probably unaware of the complexity, and the sheer volume of what they're having to do. But many of them are building kind of cloud infrastructures to deal with that ingest of content that comes from multiple sources still in multiple formats, and then being able to convert that content into the appropriate format for the various devices that they're delivering to in various countries, etc., etc. So yeah, in a way it's easier, but they've had different challenges.
Very cool. Very interesting conversation. He right there is Mark Taylor of Level 3 Communications. I am Tyler Pyburn of the Pulse Network. I want to thank you guys so much for being part of our conversation leading up to the 2012 NAB show.